Hello and welcome to another episode of Limitless Brain Lab. I am Dr. Sweta Adatia, neurologist and your brain coach. I hope you have been liking, sharing, and do not forget to click on the bell icon so that all these topics reach to your comforts. Now, we are talking about a very interesting topic today because this is what has been asked multiple times to me in various conferences that I go to. How can I read so fast? I can read 3 books in a day, and not just read it, I can also reproduce it, I can remember it, I can actually give you the synopsis and summary of it. My reading speed was not this good. I developed the reading speed over a period of time. My reading comprehension has almost 3 times or 5 times doubled and as compared to my previous self. And how did I do this? I was always interested in reading. Whenever somebody gives me a beautiful gift, and if that is a book, that's it, a day, 24 hours, or possibly for that matter in the flight. In fact, I was given a beautiful book by Himesh, which we did just a podcast, which is going to come through. It's a beautiful book by Ray Dalio, which is on principles. And I looked at it and I said, wow, this is my 24 hours job. I went to the flight and I started to flip the pages, and I think I was flying from Delhi to Dubai, and I was able to pretty much read 3/4 of the book. Now, a lot of people looking at my reading speed says it's impossible for you to remember what is happening and what is going on in the page. But I have developed certain strategies, and one of the strategy is I have built my peak alpha power. The moment you build your peak alpha capacity, your reading comprehension will automatically improve. Yes, there are speed reading techniques, and let me quickly tell you those 5 speed reading techniques. One of them is that just skim through the very first time that you have a book. You don't need to register, you don't need to recollect, you don't need to keep it in the memory, you don't need to do anything. You just skim through the book, get a general idea, a general feeling, because now it becomes easy in the second stage. When you are reading, always carry a target, a pen with which you are able to move. Now, when otherwise you're reading, your eyeballs will be going quite a wide, and you want to fixate on the lines that you are reading. So having a target, a pen or something helps. Now, if you are reading digitally, I can't help you because I'm not a digital reader. Of course, I believe in sustainability, so I love to shift my thing and the brain to connect to the digital devices, but it's not happened yet because I am so used to using a pen, using a paper in the hand, and then reading it through. There's nothing wrong in digital as long as you're not using too much of a bright light, as long as you give yourself break, as long as you are tuned into it. And you can use again a target also as you are doing a digital reading. The moment I keep reading, I would skim and leave the grammar. I would only focus on the main nouns. I would only focus on the main letters. I would focus on the main words, so that my brain removes the extra redundant stuff and I get the meaning of it. Now, so I keep a line, keep reading the whole thing, and I don't go right from the start to the end. I generally I am focused on only the middle third of the page. So that is a third technique by which you are pretty fast. You are a little quicker in reading what you are reading. The fourth important thing, what is important in the reading, is always making sure that you have limited your distractions. When you are reading, you switch off all the things around you because you need to be focused. Hyperfocus helps the improvement of the speed. The fifth and the last important traditional measure by which people have been talking about speed reading, which is to minimize the sub-vocalization. Our brain has a tendency to sort of read aloud in the mind as you are reading, but that takes a lot of time. So stop sub-vocalizing, and this will mean a lot of practice. The idea in which you use a target and a pen is called visual pacing. It's a tracker which will guide your eyes smoothly across the line rather than going back and forth, which will also save a lot of time. Grouping the entire middle part of the book into chunks and leaving out the nitty-gritties would also be helpful in reducing the time, which is called the chunking. Now, general skimming of the headings, of the paragraphs, of the way is very important because your brain gets to know what is it under the scene, what is it expecting, and your brain will already prepare the chemistry for that. Now, training your eyes to see the words at the edge of your focus is very, very important. Now, that means that quickly you will be able to read through the things. Now, this is a traditional way in which you improve your reading abilities. But comprehension, do you remember? Is your cognitive processing fast enough that you will be able to reproduce it, recollect it, give back to whenever it's required? You immediately would take that out in your conscious processing when needed. All this has been improved with peak alpha. So peak alpha frequency has been shown to be important for cognitive processing. In a beautiful paper by Sushma Rathi and Rajbir Singh, they have shown that in a group of 300 healthy participants, on the basis of the samples from different 7 districts in Haryana, this entire study was conducted, and reading comprehension task, particularly Hindi and English, a bilingual task, was used to assess the cognitive performance, and all the multi-channel electroencephalography was done and measurement of the peak alpha was done. Volunteers who had a higher peak alpha had a higher cognitive processing efficiency. And we have also seen that if you are able to build this peak alpha, which is already from 8 to 12, but if you are able to hit it at 12, most times in my practice, when we do these neuroscience scans, I see it at a 10. But if you make it 12, 13, then automatically you increase the speed of comprehension, you increase processing power, you increase memory capacity automatically without doing anything. Next question comes is, how do you improve this peak alpha? Now, this is the beautiful thing. When I wanted to increase my peak alpha frequency, I started to use alpha binaural beats. I went to the musicians, and whatever we have built in the lab are the beautiful, amazing frequencies built by a PhD neuroscience and PhD music, so that the perfect rhythm comes in. We have tested every single frequency. So limitlessbrainacademy.com gives those frequency. One way of doing the peak alpha: every day listen 10 minutes of the alpha binaural beats. But second thing, which is free of cost, totally easy to obtain, Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra chanting has been shown to improve in 3 months' time a drastic change in the peak alpha. When I saw for my brain, I wanted to have more volunteers come in and do this analysis. In fact, one of our papers of Gayatri Mantra and peak alpha is under review, and very soon will be published, where we will be able to showcase this data to you as well. Thank you to everybody who has connected from the entire world. Together, we create magic. Together, we heal people. Together, we heal not just our diseases, but also our wealth, relationships, and much more. At the Limitless Lab, we want health, wealth, and happiness for one and all by bridging science and spirituality. We are collaborating with Limitless along with Hariom Smiles to go together as Limitless Smiles. Next year, we are going to have 2026 some amazing and marvelous online classes, which will be experiential in nature as well as something fascinating. You would have seen in 2025, we had some fantastic presentations in relation to neuro health, neuro music, neuro meditation, yoga nidra, and so many more. So the next year, hang tight. We have a fantastic mix of each of the topics to take you to the next level. You can heal in moments. You can heal your relationships. You can come out with any problem that you suffer from, any kind of diseases, mental illness. We have crafted perfectly balanced 6 experiential and 6 learning classes, master classes only for you. So join us today for the Limitless Annual 2026 Smiles Pass, which is going to be available only for 100 people, as we want it to be a close and collaborative call together. You and me heal together, and we heal together the world. So come join us on this beautiful journey ahead together, and let's have 2026 to be the best year of our life. Now, interesting thing is, if you give time for this, you will have more time for cognitive processing. Your reading speed will improve, your comprehension will improve, your memory will improve, and automatically time will get formed. So this was a very easy hack in which you can understand very quickly how you can read. The next time you see a big book, first of all, put an intent that I am going to complete in the shortest time possible. My brain is going to remember everything. I am going to use all the speed reading principles, and even before I grab the book, I am going to prepare my peak alpha capacity with the Gayatri Mantra. If you want to measure your peak alpha and your other cognitive processes, go ahead and check out limitlessbrainlab.com, because we have brought in this wonderful and beautiful 13 parameters unique brain and mental wellness scan which is not for the broken brains of pathology. It is for you and me who want to improve, who want to optimize. And very soon our project Echo, which is going to be echoing the best brain health for you. The emotional and cognitive health optimization is coming soon. So hang tight, stay with us, because all these important parameters will be discussed at the Limitless Brain Lab channel. And thank you very much for supporting us, for all the people who have been our members. Every single membership matters to us because it adds on to our research methodologies. It helps our lab to even dig deeper, and every little thank you, super thank you, also means a lot to us. So thank you so much. Hang tight with us, and do like, subscribe and share. Do not forget to hit the bell icon so that we can be of together help for this world, community and planet at large. Let's have a healthy, wealthy and wise nation. Thank you so much. Signing off, Dr. Sweta Adatia.